One of the first big projects that we have done on the property, or I guess I should say Riley has done, is we have started our orchard on our first field. So we have 2 fields here, and this is our first field when you drive onto the property. So right when you're coming through the woods, you'll see all of these fruit trees that are planted here. And we currently have some wire up to kind of protect them from some wildlife. We're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully we're gonna beat this thunderstorm here. But we've got, the boys are playing in the creek through the trees there. But we've got a couple rows going here. Riley, do you want to explain?
And then
it didn't record. It wouldn't timed out. I thought, no, it wasn't before.
It's flashing red, I can see.
Now it is. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have it going. So Riley was given really great examples and of why we put the orchard here and how far apart the trees are. But over here to our left, we've got 4 peach trees, and the variety is called Contender peaches. And then we've got 4 cinnamon spice apple trees here in the middle. And then, honey, what's this row right here?
Our smallest tree set is a group of 4 pawpaw trees. They're native to Kentucky. They can grow in wetter conditions, which is great because this year has just been a freaking crap storm of obnoxious rain.
Right, as we're currently trying to
every time I'm out here, it seems like we have another flipping rainstorm.
I know, we're hearing the thunder roll in.
Hey! No.
Get down from that tree, please.
So all the peach trees are wrapped with the chicken wire to prevent the base from being messed with. We have 2 in the front and 2 in the very back. So 2 pawpaw, 2 cinnamon apple that are wrapped, and then 2 that are left alone. Wildlife hasn't messed with it. We're hoping it stays that way. My guess is when winter comes, it's our danger zone. But we wanted to make sure some of the trees for sure were covered and taken care of. So we put up some fencing around some of them. The stakes are originally there as a marking area, but also you can see the strings that are attached to most of these trees, and the strings are going to be helpful for course correcting as the tree grows a little bit. So I've been rotating stakes for trees that have started leaning towards the stake. So I'll take the stake out, move it to the other side, and then just course correct as the ground settles around the trees. That way you have the roots growing down and away instead of up and back out, and the tree is growing up rather than down at an angle, hopefully helping them settle and sit proper, so that way we don't have, large trees that are growing at weird angles towards each other. You can see one leaning pretty good over here that needs a course correction, but I corrected just a few right when we got here, and we'll just keep working that process throughout the year as we see corrections as needed. So
cool. All right, here comes the rain. So one of the reasons that this is one of our first projects here is because orchards take time, obviously, and these varieties are going to be about a 3 to 5 year time frame before we start getting fruit. So we wanted to get things in the ground as quick as possible. Maybe after this next year, I think, is when we're going to start putting in things like blueberries. And oh, here comes the rain. And then over here in the back, as I'm going to try to hide from the downpour that's coming in, over here we're going to do our setup for our beehive, which is going to be pretty great to have next to the orchard, so we're pretty stoked about that. We also wanted this to be far enough away from where we know we're going to be building our house in the future, so that they're not going to get damaged once construction starts coming along. So we're really excited for it. You guys are now getting to experience or hear some of the crazy weather that we've been getting this whole summer. It's been a wild season here in Kentucky. At the other property where we currently reside with my parents, it's been a wild year for gardening, and it's been a wild year all around for people who have lived here forever. It's been wild. So hopefully this next year is going to be better as far as growing and being able to progress a lot of our outdoor activities that we have planned. All right, we're taking a break inside the car. It rained for quite a minute there, and it's slowly, I think it's just taking a break for a second, but we're sitting in here anyways because we are drenched. So I guess no need for a shower tonight, but yeah, anywho, the weather has been crazy this summer here in Kentucky. I mean, obviously, I guess I don't have too much personally to compare it to. This is our like, we've only been here like a total of 2 years. We actually signed and closed on the land here on our 2-year anniversary of when we moved here from Rhode Island, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, so we don't have too much to compare it to other than our friends and acquaintances that we've made here since we've moved, and this has been one heck of a summer according to them. So it's not all in our heads. But hopefully next year it won't be as crazy. We'll see how next summer goes and all of that. And right now it's affecting just what all we can get done on the property within the allotted time that we have in between storms, and especially if we have the kids with us because they don't handle it as well. So unfortunately, with that being said, Riley's been out here doing projects mainly on his own this month. With it being hot and with the rain, the kids haven't been enjoying it. So he's been a trooper and coming out here and doing a lot of projects, just like a little bit of this and that all over the place, because there's a lot that needs to get done. All right, I think that setup will be a little bit easier because this guy's trying to grab it. So I don't know, we haven't really talked too much about the property to people. We were I was a little hesitant to share for a minute there until we officially knew we had it. But this property's been on the market for a while, and we were able to come out here after multiple crazy storms that we had, so we can check and see how the land handled the crazy weather, just to give us like an idea of worst case scenarios that could be happening. And we were pretty pleased with it. So as far as projects go, Riley's been doing what he can when he sees a need, right? So here and there, while the boys are out swimming in the creek, Riley tends to go follow them in with some loppers and cuts back things that are just way too overgrown or too low that need to get out of the way. That's a small project that he's doing every time he's out here, and the boys are just having a blast out in the creek. They're actually out there right now with some friends of ours, so they're having a good time over there. Yeah, he's been doing that. We planted the start of our orchard, which we were able to find all of our trees. They're not ordered online or anything like that. We actually found them through somebody here in Kentucky. They're about 2 hours away from where we live, and they had a whole setup where they had trees there, and these are the ones that we were able to get. I specifically wanted trees that are going to be good for canning purposes, for preserving, because this is a homestead and we want to preserve as much as we can. The pawpaw trees are not good for preserving, however they are native to Kentucky, and why not? They're interesting, so we're gonna see how those play out. Yeah, those ones are meant to be eaten fresh, so we'll see how the boys like them. I guess they're supposed to be almost like a cross between like a mango and a banana in flavor, and they're like they've got like a custard-esque like texture to them and all of that. It's kind of hard to describe, but they're native here, so it'll be exciting to grow those. So we're hoping in the spring, because we were talking to the lady that we bought the fruit trees from, because she was out of other varieties of things we were looking for, and based off of our garden, our growing zone here, and we're growing zone, I think we're technically growing zone 6A, but based on our growing zone and how wet the climate is where we're living, there's other fruit varieties that'll do really well. So we plan on, hopefully come spring, we're going to reach out to her again, because she's started she will have more things available. We're hoping to get more stone fruits out here, specifically like nectarines, apricots, and then also pears. Pears are supposed to do really well in this type of climate. And I know it seems silly to start it before we even start the house, but again, when you're thinking about long term and you're waiting that 3 to 5 years for fruit, you just want to get it in the ground as soon as possible. We want to have a vegetable garden. It's not going to happen yet. Like, I'm hesitant to start the vegetable garden right away, just because I don't know what it's going to look like when construction gets here and starts working on where we want to build. And we do want to put the garden in the same field as where the house will be, which is currently the field that we're parked in. A little bit about the land that we purchased, right? We were able to attain, or we have over 100 acres. It's just easier to say that we have over 100 acres here. And we've got these 2 fields that have been used for pasture in the past. A guy that we know down the road, he is the president of the Cattle Association here in the county that we live in, or that we will be living in, and he's had cattle here before. His parents were the previous owners of this land way back in the day. Like, there's one of these days I'll show y'all in the field, there's the house used to be there, and it had like no electricity or anything, but they had a small little house on the field here, and they used to have cows here. And anyways, we're smack dab in the middle of Daniel National Boone Forest, and we got our 2 fields here, which we're definitely planning on building our house and doing our bulk of our homesteading in field 1, and then in field 2 is where we plan to have livestock. We definitely are hoping to utilize those connections that we're now building to get the type of livestock that we want to have here, and see how we can expand on that, which will be exciting. All the things that we want to be doing, really we're kind of in a hurry up and wait right now, as we are waiting for the county to take care of the road. The road that we drove in on here is missing culverts. Okay. It's missing culverts, and therefore it's not a very stable road. Like, we can't drive my van onto the road in a way that's comfortable. So yeah, it makes it tricky. And so with that being said, like, we can't get really started on the house and building until the road is strong enough to be able to bring up, like a cement truck, and be able to bring in an excavator and all those kinds of things. So really, we're just kind of waiting to hear back from people. Riley's called the mayor, he's called the magistrate, he's called basically everybody that you can get a hold of to try to get the road going. And apparently somebody called, we don't even know who they called, but they called somebody and asked about the road, and that person on the phone said that the road didn't need to be worked on. They were wrong. So in order for us to build, this road needs to get fixed. So once it's fixed, we'll really be able to get the ball rolling. But until then, we're doing a lot of projects that we can do in the field. And yeah, like, it's wild. It's wild that we're here and we've gotten to this point. I remember dating, Riley and I used to talk about what we would want, and we always talked about how we'd want like at least 50, I always said at least 50 acres. He said he wanted 100 acres and he wanted his own mountain, which I used to think was crazy. But like, now we actually have that. Like, how wild is it? We don't have the house here. We will have the house here, but we've got the land that we've always dreamed of. Never thought it would be in Kentucky. Never thought it would be in Kentucky. We always thought we were meant to be in North Carolina, and tried multiple times to get over that direction over the course of the last almost 7 years, and it just didn't pan out. And I really do think this is where we're meant to be, and we're gonna build our forever home here and just love life out here and raise our boys wild and raise them out here, and it's gonna be great. I feel blessed. We feel blessed, and the boys are so excited for this journey, and we're just happy to take you guys along this journey with us. I guess I'll end this video here and hope to give y'all some more updates soon. But again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below things that you want to see or any questions that you might have that we can answer. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.